she can. She can, she can, she can. Yeah, she can.
Kelechi Amadi-Obi, born December 29, 1969, is a Nigerian creative photographer, painter, artist, and the publisher of Mania magazine. His work in photography and visual art has earned him international renown, featuring in many international exhibitions, including Snap Judgment, New Position in Contemporary African Photography, International Center of Photography, New York, 2006. He has been described as one of Nigeria's groundbreaking celebrity photographers who has helped put Nigerian photography on the world map. Vogue calls him a major force in the creative scene in Nigeria. He obtained his law degree in 1992 and was called to the Nigerian bar in 1994. While on campus, he floated a small company which he named The Zulu. Later, he grew more interested in the art of photography and eventually, after long years of practice, became a founding member of the Nigerian Photography Collective Depth of Field. In 2001, Amadi-Obi helped co-found Depth of Field, DOF, a collective of Nigerian photographers, artists, and painters. After many years of shooting fashion, Amadi-Obi started his own glossy fashion magazine, which he called Style Mania Magazine. The magazine typically featured on its covers Nigerian artists and creative types like Tiwa Savage, P-Square, Omotola Jalade Kehinde, among others, all taken by Amadi-Obi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Kelechi Amadi-Obi.
Good day, everyone. It's beautiful to be here. Really beautiful. I am extremely grateful that I'm one of the few men that were picked to come and talk to this wonderful crowd. I want to talk to you really about turning your passion into your career. You know, I mean, that's the story of my life. Let me just go through quickly. You know, I grew up in Omaha to beautiful parents. My father was a high court judge, very strict. My mother was in education. She became the headmistress of my primary school while I was there. And my primary school was called Library Avenue Primary School. Why? Because it was next to the state library. You know? So, very early in my life, I started noticing that I could draw better than the other children. You know when you scribble and you become the best artist of the class, you know? So I early in my life developed the attitude towards learning. I used to go to that library and go and read books on fine arts. And each time I read and I learned a little bit from our artistic ancestors, I became better at my craft. At that stage in my life, everything I wanted really was to communicate with people and express myself. And I found art to be my power. It became that thing I could do better than others. So I would consider myself lucky, you know, in a way, like some of the other speakers said. It was a grace for me to discover myself, you know, at such an early age. So I realized that this is something I love doing. And somehow I got the respect that I needed from people just by making drawings, you see. So by the time I decided to go to university, you would assume that I'll go and study art, right? Nope. In my house, there were only two professions. It's either you study law or you study medicine, you know? And the third profession is family disgrace. Anyway, so I opted for law and found myself University of Nigeria, Enugu campus then. And that was when I realized that there were real artists. You know, Omaha was a very quiet kind of town. I wouldn't say backwards, but there was no gallery. I never met an artist before. I just read about them in the library. So I thought it was something of fantasies. But when I came to Enugu, I saw these artists. I saw the Aka group of artists. I saw Bona Gallery. I attended exhibitions. And I said, oh my goodness, people are living this life. It's not all in the books. And I said, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. So there and then, well, after year 2, in my year 3, I decided I was going to be a full-time artist. But to cut a long story short, I decided I was going to graduate. So that was what brought me to Lagos, you see. I got on a plane, or rather in a bus, and got to Lagos for law school. And when I came to Lagos, I then realized that, oh my goodness, this thing that I do, this skill that I have, to express myself through the visual arts, had quite a bit of monetary, value to it. And to cut a long story short, I spent about 5 to 6 years as a full-time studio artist after getting called to the bar. And then I discovered photography. Gradually, photography sort of came to me, and I decided to become this Kelechi Amadi-Obi photographer that we all know, So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know my work, I guess you can go on Instagram and check it out. That's the easiest way. But there are some lessons I would like us to learn, from my life's story, and it is important, very, very important for us to break down. For me, I have these values that I believe has brought me where I am. Good, I have discovered my ability to make drawings in the visual arts, and I developed it early in life. But like some of the previous speakers mentioned, talent is not enough. Me personally, really, I don't believe in talent. I believe in practice. Okay? So you have a product. I don't know what any of you does. I don't know what you have a passion for, but whatever it is, practice will turn you into a master at what you do. Okay? But after you've mastered it, there is the other section, which is, marketing it. Right? How do you market your talent? Now, that is where they are talking about character. It's the ability to express what you do to others. Okay? Now, let us just start from the basics. What do you want in life? For me, it's so important for you to ask those questions. I want to also try and answer it for us. A lot of us want power, right? We want respect, right? We want money. We want to hammer, right? Some of us want to be famous, Abi? But most of all, you want to be happy. Is that so? All these things, you want them to make you happy, right? Now, out of all these things that we have mentioned, okay, money, power, influence, fame, all these other things that we have mentioned are things that other people have to give to you. Have you noticed that? Am I making sense? Money. Well, somebody has to give it to you. So each time you have something you want to do and people refuse or people laugh at you, no. If you understand what the future will say about you, then you know that they're the ones in trouble. Once you understand that, nobody can stop you. So say, I can. I can do more. Thank you.